YouTube, it's your girlfriend TJ, your girl next door, so that makes sure my neighbors. Hi neighbors. I hope everyone is doing well today. Y'all, this is why I have to take a break from YouTube sometimes, because I run to you guys with everything, and I mean everything, especially when I'm not feeling something. And I'm sure you see the title of this video. It is definitely an impromptu video. I am just messing around, doing my eyebrows. That's neither here nor there. I need to get into what I need to vent slash rant slash just get off my chest. Just feel like this needs to be said. There's only a few things that piss me off, because a lot of shit don't piss me off because it's none of my business. When something's none of your business and it gets under your skin, it changes your aura, it messes up your day. Anything that has nothing to do with me, I'll try to stay away from now, because I learned my lesson when it comes to YouTube. You can't just be spilling your opinion all over the place, because people don't feel like people should have opinion anymore. I don't understand that. How is it that there's all these billion people on the planet and we all supposed to keep our opinions to ourselves? Why? I don't understand that. And I feel like when you start getting involved in other people's stuff that's none of your business, then you start doing the most and things like that. But at the same time, an opinion is different. It is not really you getting involved more so than it is you just stating how you feel about it. And I don't think there's anything wrong with stating how you feel about something. Period. You know, people give their opinions about Donald Trump, about Kanye West, Bow Wow, and how they feel about his life, even though it don't have shit to do with them. That's why I feel like making this video. Normally, I try to stay out of shit, because when you have sickle cell, one little thing can easily send you into a crisis. And that's exactly what this video is about, actually. Going into crisis and stuff like that. Like, you can get too happy, too sad, too mad, and I'm sitting over here in crisis, about to get ready to go to the hospital because I'm in so much pain, while the other person is just, you know, living their life. They was pissed, now they're over it. That's the difference between me and everybody else in the world, because I try not to let shit get up under my skin. But this right here really bothered me. So last night, I'm on the shade room. Look, I don't even have my receipts ready. I'm in the shade room with all the other 12.7 million followers that they have, and I'm just scrolling, and like everybody does, and they see something that catch their eye, and the first thing I see is Lil Mo and a young lady named $$ getting into it. And they were getting into it on Twitter because this young lady had an opinion about Lil Mo, her husband, and them being annoying. It doesn't say that she added Lil Mo at all, tagged her or anything, but I'm sure somehow, some way, it got to Lil Mo because Lil Mo clapped back. And this is one of the shade room hashtag clapback season post that they put up. And so I'm looking at it and I'm getting my life, because this girl read Lil Mo for filth. And it didn't even seem like it was a malicious type of comment, but you know how these celebrities, they go through a lot. I couldn't imagine every single time I wake up and check my phone, I have so many thousand people going in on me about what I wear, how I sing, how I rap, what my clothes look like. You know what I'm saying? So I can totally understand that these celebrities go through a lot when it comes to just being talked about. And everybody has their moment, their day where they just like, fuck these. Everyone is right there to catch it. Whatever they feel like they want it right now. So just in case you didn't see it, let me go through it with you. Okay, so this is the original post from the shade room, and it says, Lil Mo and her husband gotta be the most annoying and slow ass motherfuckers ever. Super weird. And Lil Mo claps back, and your stalking ass don't know shit. We do not live in North. That's where my husband is from. So since you so ignorant though, or internet, please repeat all this in our face. No cops, no cap. Okay, I mean it. And the girl responds, internet, bitch, you retarded. The end. You can tell you broke. People with money move different. I just gave you 2-hit wonder as a compliment on that one of 2 songs you had out, but now I'm hating cause your ass slow? Okay, where you trying to meet? Lil Mo responds, we can meet down north. We have to leave course now. A few minutes away. ... Send number to call. Saw responds, what you doing there? Cause I know you ain't have a show down there. Lil Mo responds, send number. The girl responds, 267, go find some money. You need a new manager, sis. If you have some shows or studio sessions booked, you wouldn't have time to argue or be chilling in North. Cause I know you ain't got a show up there. And Lil Mo said, we on the way. Send location. Yeah, she really on the way though. Okay. Saw responds, send your location and focus on
I'm at the studio.
All your love and hip hop.
Scary ass hoe just like I thought, capping on Twitter and won't step out that door, shaking my head.
I respond,
Who would ever be scared of you? Bitch, you was in the slow class. You that mad cause I said you the fuck slow? Bitch, you are.
So then Lil Mo responds,
Till she send the number, all that dumb thuggy she doing is corny. I'm just waiting for her to send that location. I do not play about my safety or stalkers. So yeah, it's lit.
Lil Mo responds again,
This hoe tweeting crazy, but can go into crisis at any minute. Worried about me and mine? Chow. These dirty kids are sad. Real sad. I would kick my kids' asses they ever did some shit like that.
So I don't know if the Shade Room like left some tweets out between them going back and forth or whatever like that. I don't know. But you know how the Shade Room just be wanting to clapbacks from celebrities sometimes because, I mean, of course, it can be kind of funny. So that's what they end up doing. But it looked like Lil Mo was pretty pressed or whatever the case may be. And that's between her and that girl. But the one thing that stood out to me was the sentence where it said, this whole tweeting crazy but can go into crisis at any minute. Now to the naked eye, that sentence doesn't mean anything. Or somebody might have said, going to crisis, what the heck is she talking about? To the naked eye, to the normal, average, healthy human being, even if a person is not healthy and sick, they may not know what going into crisis in any minute means. And I'm not trying to make this situation bigger than it should be. But the thing about it is, being a person that was born with sickle cell, that type of terminology, crisis, to me means something. And if you don't have sickle cell and you're watching me, I'm going to put what our crisis is at the bottom of the screen, what having a crisis means. But basically, I was like, nah, I got to be reading this wrong. And it was so funny because the other day I was watching my girl Askfrenchij, hey boo, talk about how she tries to stay out of drama on YouTube because when you get into it, it kind of follows you. You'll always be known for that, first off. And then secondly, how people always trying to throw somebody's illness up in their motherfucking face. And that's one thing that I don't play with because a while back when I was popping shit on YouTube, just talking, you know, whatever was on my mind, giving my 2 cents, a few people did response videos to me, and the first thing they want to say is, don't you have sickle cell? I have sickle cell, and you know what I'm saying? Like, why bring that up? Is it supposed to be insulting or what? Like, I don't get how people can absentmindedly or vindictively bring up an illness that someone has. That's why I got a little inquisitive about the message. When I first read it, I was like, well, she could not mean sickle cell crisis. She just said crisis. It could be any kind of crisis. I don't know all the illnesses in the world, so this could be any kind of crisis. Let me just pipe down and just do a little investigating. So what I did was I just left out of that page and I did a search for the girl's name. I ended up following her. She has a response to, you know, I saw this, our disease and this like that. Then I look up and it says throwing sickle cell in our faces. And I saw that, I was like, okay, she definitely got to have sickle cell. But I wanted to confirm, even though she got hashtag sickle cell strong, I wanted to confirm. And sure enough, I went here and here's a picture of her fighting sickle cell, currently in the hospital. This post was 22 hours ago. And I'm like, wait, you mean to tell me she in the hospital popping shit? Hey, look, I done did some crazy stuff when I was in the hospital too. Especially you a lot of pain, you get medicine and stuff like that. You end up saying some stuff you don't probably mean to say. But this post was 24 hours ago. So I'm like, okay, yeah, she got sickle cell. And it immediately pissed me off. Immediately. I'm talking about blood pressure went up. Why am I even getting involved with this shit? I don't know. So I started to go to Lil Mo, her Instagram page, and write some nasty foul shit to her saying, bitch, you don't know I struggle, this, that, and the third. But I said, no, you know what? I'm grown and I'm going to act as such. So I'm not going to go on there popping shit, trying to be like, bitch this, bitch that. Because guess what? That would make me know better than either one of them, honestly. People troll. They troll all the time. That's what the fuck they do. And like, that's what the fuck they do. And especially if you're a celebrity, I know you shouldn't always have to go thick skin, but bitch, get some. I just felt compelled. I had to say something. So I went ahead and wrote a post up under Lil Mo's comment section on Instagram. Because yes, at this point now I'm in my feelings because I don't like anybody talking shit about anybody. So I came up under her page and I wrote,
I used to be a definite supporter of you until I saw you bring up sickle cell saying, but can go into crisis at any minute. Clap back. Just because you were being trolled. I'm sure fame makes you defensive and her comments were unnecessary, but you don't hope someone with cancer can go die at any minute, or someone with lupus can go into a flare at any minute. Both of you were immature as hell, but please don't speak on life-threatening, debilitating health conditions that you personally don't suffer from over just a few words. She's in the hospital right now, according to the Post, and you never know if that crisis could be her last. Support sickle cell awareness.
Lil Mo responds, So. The shit pissed me off because people are so motherfucking insensitive to people that is sometimes unreal that you can even call yourself a human fucking being. You don't have sympathy, you don't have empathy. Let me not even go there with this. And I agree. I don't want to call her a troll. I want to call her a person. The girl, the young lady may have not used her best judgment when it came to talking shit about Lil Mo. Yes, I feel like Lil Mo can clap back on whomever she wants to, whenever, however she wants to. But when you start bringing in shit like you can have a crisis at any moment, then you start targeting a group of people, such as people like me, who live and walk, raise awareness about sickle cell every single day. Something that even if Lil Mo has a cousin, a brother, a sister, a mom, a dad, a son, you still personally don't have it. And I'm not saying because you don't have something, you can't be physically hurt by it too. But the fact is, you would never personally know the struggle of what we go through when we have said crises. It just made me livid that people can just be so insensitive. Now her soul, that's just her being an asshole. Whatever, I deal with assholes every day. I've heard people say worse, and maybe she wasn't saying so to me. Maybe she was saying so based on the fact that the girl is in the hospital and she could care less. Lil Mo could care less because she can pop all this shit in the hospital and she can deal with the clapback. I understand that, but the shit just pissed me off so bad that I had to say something, because as a celebrity, as a public figure, we hold you to a certain standard. You don't have to be a role model for all these people out here. You're not expected by my standards or my opinions to be a role model for anybody. But when you start talking shit about people's illnesses, then that's where you cross the line and you fucked up with me. Because I would never hope somebody that has cancer, like, oh, I hope you don't go into remission. Or I would never say somebody that has lupus, oh, I hope one of your limbs got to get amputated, bitch, because you talk shit about me. I would never say that to anybody. But that's just the kind of person I am. And I feel like hurt people. Maybe they both were coming from a place of hurt. Maybe they both had a bad day. Maybe they both was just in a fucked up situation and they just were going at it with each other. But I just had to speak on it because I wanted to take the opportunity to use that negativity and turn it into a positivity, and to bring awareness to a disease that gets so covered up and a blanket thrown over it. The thing about it is, I'm in pain right now, but you would never know. I don't look like it. I don't act like it. I'm not crying about it. I'm not parading it around like a white flag. It's an invisible disease. And people say, well, you don't look sick. You don't have to look sick to be sick. And it just really pisses me off. I just feel like we as people can do better. That's basically really all I got to say about it. I just felt it should have been more than a so moment, because I'm assuming majority of those people in the comments have no idea what sickle cell is. I just felt like maybe it could be turned into a positive. But that was just my rant. I had to get it off my chest right now before I forget. Leave your comments about it below. I know it really wasn't that serious and it didn't have nothing to do with me, but I feel like when people can be so insensitive and bring down a whole group of people by saying stuff like, oh, it's a crisis. And I mean, maybe she wasn't trying to bring a whole group of people down, but she definitely offended a whole group of people. You want to go for the jugular when you go at somebody, but sometimes it's not necessary. Leave people illnesses out of it. We got to do better. That's my rant for the day. I just appreciate you guys for listening to me, and I hope that I sent a positive message and turn it around instead of making it a negative one. But I do know I personally was offended by it. I can't support people like Lil Mo when they get to a point where they're so weak they just start shooting at everybody just because of one person trolling them. Secondly, like, I don't know the full story. The person, she kept saying stalker. The girl could have been stalking her or writing comments under a lot of pictures. I don't know. Nevertheless, we are black women, grown women, and we need to start acting as such. Hope y'all have a great week. Peace.